Hey guys, sorry for missing yesterday and Saturday's episodes. Life has been quite hectic and my wife and I are still learning how to be new parents. But hopefully from today onwards we'll be on schedule again and making videos every day. But life has not stood still in South Africa, and quite a few very important things happened during the time when we were in the hospital. You see, all farmers were suffering under John Steenhuisen's incompetence and the draconian measures of his power-hungry department. Yet, most agricultural organizations did what they always did, try to appease the government. Yet, some decided to fight the government rather than trying the age-old appeasement that failed every single time. In South Africa today, discussions with a government that hates us just don't cut it anymore. This was irrefutably proven once again this week with the breakthroughs achieved by the organizations taking Steenhuisen's department to court over their incompetence in handling the foot and mouth crisis. Because in present-day South Africa, if you don't actively fight for your rights to be enforced, you'll end up on the losing end every single time. Last week, the Pretoria High Court made a preliminary ruling in the ongoing legal battle between Minister John Steenhuisen's Department of Agriculture on the one hand and the agricultural and business organizations SAI and Sakeliga and Free State Landbou on the other hand. While the final ruling in this case has been delayed, there is already much reason for optimism in this fight. For one, it forced the minister to act in accordance with certain deadlines and to listen to the input of the organized agriculture and other stakeholders when it comes to the vaccination scheme. You see, the deadline has been pushed forward again and again and again and again and again by the Department of Agriculture, but this time the court gave a hard deadline in about 2 weeks' time. And while the final ruling on this case itself has been postponed for now, this preliminary ruling does highlight the value of litigation and taking the legal route, even against the government, as a superior option to merely engaging in ongoing perpetual discussions with parties who are openly antagonistic towards you. In a country where parliamentarians are openly calling for genocide and the government is making moves to confiscate property without compensation, the rules of engagement are naturally a little different from those they have been under a government that doesn't hate its own citizens. Stay tuned, because in today's video I want to highlight the strategy of pragmatically trying to appease the civil authorities in this country simply doesn't work anymore. A coalition comprising of Sakeliga, the Southern African Agri-Initiative or SAI, and Free State Agriculture applied to the court for relief regarding what they argue is an unlawful prohibition on the part of the Minister John Steenhuisen when it comes to private sector vaccine production and administration of animals. With the current foot and mouth epidemic now going on for more than a year, farmers have been begging the government to allow the private sector to produce and procure the necessary vaccines and medicines to fight this devastating disease, as the government has been unable to take any meaningful steps to combat this pandemic for more than 15 months now. Despite the fact that the pandemic continues to escalate by the day, Steenhuisen even now remains committed to the ongoing ban on the private sector. Instead, even following the ruling, he publicly stated that he welcomes the ruling, which he maintains has affirmed the department's lawful authority to regulate and manage South Africa's response to the foot and mouth disease pandemic. Now, Steenhuisen might be legally correct, well, at least for now. The court has, after all, indeed refused to grant the urgent interim relief application from Sakeliga, SAI and Free State Agriculture. The interdict they were looking for would have allowed private importation and administration of registered foot and mouth disease vaccines to start today. This means that the legal basis for an urgent and immediate intervention when it comes to the foot and mouth epidemic has been rejected by the court, which Steenhuisen is extremely happy about. Steenhuisen, who in the recent past has not exactly gone out of his way to showcase his contempt for the farming community, obviously welcomed this particular aspect of the preliminary ruling.
But there's an important point as well, is that government can't do this on its own. And the disease isn't spread by government. I don't own cattle. The government doesn't own cattle.
Yeah.
The disease is spread when people break the rules, when they move animals from quarantine or infected areas and they move them into areas that are not infected. That is how the disease is spread. You don't have the minister going with some magic dust spreading foot and mouth disease. You don't have this thing magically floating through the air. Don't let vehicles come onto your farm that have not been properly sprayed.
Yeah.
Don't let farm workers move from an infected farm to your farm without going through the proper PPE and spraying environment. Taking just those simple biosecurity mechanisms can help prevent the disease from coming onto the farm level. Now, I can't be the farm manager for every farmer in the country. There has to be some ownership also taken at a farm and an industry level to make sure that they're playing their part as well.
On top of the derogatory way in which Steenhuisen engages with and talks about South Africa's farmers, who are, mind you, some of the best farmers in the world, he also fired Dr. Dani Orendaal, one of the world's leading animal epidemiologists, at the most crucial moment of the fight against the foot and mouth disease pandemic, because Dr. Orendaal spoke out against Steenhuisen and the way he was handling this pandemic. All of this just highlights the massive divide between the bureaucratic world of the civil service and government and the world of commercial livestock farming, where productivity and profitability are always paramount. But the reality is, despite Steenhuisen's arrogant little declaration of victory this week, the fight is actually far from over. In fact, even this preliminary ruling provides an increased opportunity for farmers and other stakeholders who have been excluded by the minister to submit input into the final vaccination scheme. Moreover, and this is actually the most important part, the court has now imposed strict deadlines on the minister, which fall before the postponed court date. Should the minister wish to promulgate a scheme, this must be done before the 17th of April 2026, or exactly 2 weeks and 4 days from now. If Steenhuisen does not comply with this deadline, this case is as good as lost for him and his government department. These are the type of victories that organizations such as AgriSA, which has long been advocating for the interests of the state or the government over against that of its own farming members, can never achieve with their so-called perpetual dialogue. Its latest move to even distance itself from legal action taken against Steenhuisen's department by Free State Agriculture, one of its own provincial affiliates, is only the most recent manifestation of its consistent habit of aligning itself with the ANC government and, of course, the handful of mega farmers who benefit from the government's moves. Even the Transvaal Agricultural Union, which certainly does place the interests of farmers over those of the government, has clearly made a very serious strategic error in opting for continuing dialogue over litigation alongside its colleagues, as is evident in the fact that organizations such as SAI and Sakeliga are now the ones, actually the only ones, driving real change for farmers in South Africa. The deadline this week's ruling forced onto the minister every concession extracted, every inch of accountability imposed, did not come from polite meetings or dialogue or roundtable discussions, but from litigation on the part of the farmers by SAI, Sakeliga and Free State Agriculture, from an organized and calculated resistance that compels the state to answer to the farmers. All this goes to show is that rights that are not enforced are rights that are lost. The farming community cannot afford to remain trapped in this cycle of appeasement and passivity, hoping that a hostile or even indifferent bureaucracy will suddenly begin to act in its own interest. This is simply no longer a workable strategy, not for the farming community or the agricultural sector in South Africa, and not for any one of us watching this video. Organizations that choose endless dialogue and appeasement over confrontation are in effect choosing delay over action and decline over resistance, especially in a crisis like the foot and mouth epidemic or any other crisis we are in this country because of the ANC's corruption or incompetence, where every week of inaction means more farms collapsing, more livelihoods destroyed, or the country sinking further down the hole. Litigation, by contrast, changes the terrain entirely. The organizations taking Steenhuisen to court at least force transparency and impose timelines, even if they don't get everything they want. Of course, the legal battle is far from over, but what SAI and Sakeliga are currently demonstrating is that taking action, which often entails legal action, is the only way forward against this government. They have shown that the courts remain one of the last arenas where an organized citizenry can still confront the state on equal footing, such as happened last week. At the end of the day, the citizens of this country who are suffering under a corrupt, inept and downright antagonistic government are faced with a choice. Either you fight for your rights in court if may, or you slowly watch them erode in committee rooms by the government. In a recent documentary we did on this channel, we highlighted exactly why this whole foot and mouth crisis could have, and in fact should have been avoided altogether. Check out this full documentary on the foot and mouth crisis on this link appearing on your screen right now to understand exactly what is going on and why farmers are so angry at Steenhuisen. And if you want to support the work that we do here at the Willem Petscher Group, please consider becoming a paying member by following these easy steps on the banner below. Goodbye and God bless you.